Hello, I am Rachel Townsley, and this is my synthesized finding. This is for a literature review, and my research topic is what happens when women have breastfeeding difficulties, and are these women at a higher risk for postpartum depression? So the first article was mothers' experiences of breastfeeding a child with a tongue tie. The study design was a qualitative study. Participants were chosen using a purposive sampling system. The observation from this study was that mothers' experiences with breastfeeding can be vastly different. The observers offered a support group for women to share these experiences, and the report from these women summarized to the issues that surrounded their interpersonal relationships, when there was physical pain, cracked bleeding nipples. These women had more challenges in bonding. Women also found that the difficulties were dismissed by healthcare providers when they had pain, which caused women to feel dismissed. In conclusion, women who participated in this study, who had nursed with a tongue tie, experienced exceedingly different breastfeeding relationships. However, a unanimous discussion about how the pain of breastfeeding affects women's mental health and creates a risk for postpartum depression. The second study I chose was postpartum depressive symptoms following implementing the 10 steps of successful breastfeeding program in Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo, a cohort study. The study design was a cohort study where they used the Breastfeeding Friendly Hospital Initiative and the Edinburgh Postnatal Depression Scoring System. The conclusion for this study was that women who chose, or hospitals that chose to implement the Breastfeeding Friendly Hospital initiatives had improved breastfeeding experiences and reduced postpartum depression. They were able to get help earlier, and they were able to decrease the level of depressive symptoms. The study observed that by implementing the BFHI, the Breastfeeding Friendly Hospital Initiative, understanding that postpartum depression has poor outcomes for the mothers and families. There are various ways to describe the difficulties in depressive episodes, which need to be further examined, and that when Breastfeeding Friendly Hospital Initiative can intervene breastfeeding difficulties, it can help support the woman's mental health. The last study I chose is understanding the relationship between breastfeeding and postnatal depression, the role of pain and physical difficulties. This study design was a quantitative cross-sectional self-reported survey. The observation for this was the underlying causes of breastfeeding difficulty, understanding each relationship, and they should be examined closely. Why the mother ceased breastfeeding, the duration of breastfeeding or goal to breastfeed. It is critical to understand why these women have challenges with painful latching. It's a traumatic experience for them. The study findings concluded that women with physical pain were at higher risk for postpartum depression, which underlines the crucial piece of education with new mothers to support breastfeeding. So in conclusion, the final synthesized finding is when summarizing the data, the information is clear that when women experience pain and breastfeeding and other difficulties during nursing, these women are consequentially at a higher risk for developing postpartum depression or depressive symptoms. Women need education, early lactation support, and intervention to succeed at efficiently nursing. Providers should be aware of two critical values from these studies. First, the Breastfeeding Friendly Hospital Initiative, and acknowledging women's complaints and concerns with breastfeeding. The women should feel validated in her concerns while maintaining the ability to refer the mother when she needs additional breastfeeding support or has postpartum depression. Here are my references, and thank you so much for listening.